Good morning, Rajay. Good morning, guys. So, after yesterday's work on core, which I think everyone felt it, I was pretty stiff. So, we definitely need some extra mobility work for the back. And in any other case, let's just start with our yoga poses for the day. Please do forgive me, I'm not very smooth with the yogas, but I'm sure you guys are already used to it. So, here we start. Let's start with some basic warm up first again. We start with the wrist rotations slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do full arm rotations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the reverse way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We bend forward, do forward bends, breathe out, and deep breathe in, and breathe out and forward bend, touch the ground, and breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out, and up. You go on the ground, start with basic stretches. Start with your butterfly. Deep breath in, hold it there, and deep breath out. On a count of 1 to 7, deep breath in. 1, 6, 7. Hold it there for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath out. 5. Hold it there. 1. And deep breath in. Hold it there. And deep breath out. And relax your legs. We do it. Butterflies one more time. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And relax your legs. From here, while your legs are spread apart, about 2 feet, 2 to 3 feet wide, about 2.5 feet wide, 2.5 to 3 feet wide. From here, we work on the pelvic mobility, get your knees down to the ground without moving your pelvis much. So you're working on your hip joint and get your knee up and the other knee down. Other knee down. Breathe in and bring the knee up, the other knee down. Breathe in and the knee up, other knee down. Breathe in and the knee up. Breathe out and the other knee down. Breathe in and the knee up. And from here, fold one leg in and try and hold your toes if you can. If you are not able to hold your toes, hold somewhere in your lower leg. At all times, keep your knee completely straight. Let's try holding the toes. If you are holding the toes, try and hold with your opposite hand towards the outside of your feet and pull it in. You will feel a stretch, a different kind of a stretch if you are doing it this way on the outside of your lower leg. And deep breath in and then breathe out. Try and touch your chest as close to the knees as you can. It's not about getting your head close to the knees because that will stretch your neck too much. Instead, just work on getting your chest towards the knees. Get back straight. Change of leg. Hold with the other hand. If your knee is coming up, press down on the knee with your lower arm. Right. From here, we go for, I think this is called the fish pose. It's your ITB stretch. So from here, get your Mumtaz or half Lord of the Fishes, so whatever fish pose. Okay, half Lord of the Fishes. My goodness, who decided to identify that name and English translation or whatever it is, Ardha Matsatsana or something. Okay, so the knees to the other side and try and hold the toes. If you are not able to do this, try and pull your knees in towards your chest with your upper arm on the left hand side. So my right leg is going to the other side, to the left side, and I am trying to hold on to the toes and twist back as much as you can. Feel the stretch on your ITB, on the outside of the thighs of the leg that's folded up. And breathe in and breathe out. and we change sides. Fold the right leg in, fold the left leg above the right leg. Either pull the left knee towards your chest with your right arm, or if you can twist even further, push the left knee backwards with your right upper arm and hold the feet and look back. We are working on spinal twist as well as an ITB stretch. This also works with your hip mobility at the same time. Slowly get back. Spread your legs wide apart and try and bend forward as much as you can. You can pull yourself down by holding on to your lower legs. And the next one, get your knees wide apart. From here, your toes pointed out at the back. From here, you will try to sit back, which you will not be able to do it because of the resistance from your outward rotation of your legs, of your thighs. Try to sit back, arms in front of you, palms facing down on the ground. Try and touch your elbows to the ground and push back your hips towards the ground. Deep breath in and breathe out. Slow breathe in and breathe out. From here, come back up on your palms, straight elbow, stretch out your hips, and we go back to the same posture once again. Elbows to the ground and try to sit back. Try to place your hips down into the ground. Come back up once again on your palms and move forward. Press your hips forward, down to open it up, to stretch it out, and we go back once again, putting your hips down, sinking into the ground behind you. Feel the stretch, feel the weird sensation of twist at your hips, on your upper legs, at the joint of your upper legs, of your thighs to your pelvis. From here, let's go for our cat and cow pose. So, from your neutral tabletop position, press your chest up while you breathe out. Press it up as much as you can. Hold it there for 5 seconds. And breathe in. And press your back down towards the ground. And breathe out and press your back down into the ground a lot more. Feel the chest stretch and the back compression. And breathe in. Go back to neutral. And breathe out. Go into the cat pose. Press it hard. Feel the back stretch. Feel the chest compression. Breathe it in. Go to tabletop. And breathe out and go to cat pose. Breathe in, go to tabletop. Breathe out, go to cat. Go to cat. Breathe in, go to tabletop. Breathe out, go to cow. Breathe in, go to tabletop. Now, next we'll go for the upward facing dog, and is that called the camel pose? Okay, so your head in front of your knees for a back stretch. You go for upward facing dog for a chest stretch. Go forward and go for upward facing dog. Feel the stretch on your chest. Fold your palms in. Walk your palms more inwards if you have to give a higher stretch to your chest. And breathe in and come back. Place your head in front of your knees. Get your hips off the ground. Breathe normally. And hips back down on your heels. Go to upward facing dog. Breathe in and place your head in front of your knees and hips off the ground. For a back stretch. And hips back on the ground. Next, we go for the standing. Just give me a moment, guys. Okay. For the next one, we go for some balancing walk. You will get your right leg up, close to your hips, close to your inside of your thighs, and place it there. You can keep your hands in front of you. Hold it there for about 30 seconds if you can. This is a balancing walk, working on your ankle. If you can feel it, you probably will have to actively engage your ankles to make sure you are maintaining your balance. If you are having a lot of trouble, you can try holding on to a chair or something. During this whole time, make sure your pelvis is not dropping towards one side, but it is held up straight. And hold it there for another 10 seconds. And slowly place the leg down, and we can go to the other leg. Bring your leg up as much as you can, and we go back with our folded hands. During this entire while, in addition, work on pressing down with your toes on the ground. That's how you are also building the strength of your toes, which help you during your push off with your running. Continue with your breathing, controlled breathe in and breathe out. Alright, legs down. Okay. For the next one, we will bend down but with a difference. Try and pull yourself in by pulling yourself by your lower legs. Feel the stretch on your back again. At all times, make sure you're not pushing your head forward, your neck forward, to try and feel as if you're getting closer, but try and work on your shoulders and your chest to be brought forward towards the knee. This is mainly to avoid excess stress on the neck area. But again, different people will have different opinions with that. Feel the stretch on your calves, on your hamstrings while you're doing this move. And come back up, and we go back to feel a stretch on your chest. Next, for some more spinal mobility, we'll get into all fours. From here, imagine there's a water bottle placed on your side, and we are going to try and grab it. Place your hands more forward. Go into a straight line with your hips, your shoulders, and your forearm. From here, try and go and grab the bottle to your side. This will drop your shoulders to the ground. So your right shoulder is touching the ground, your left hand is stretched out to try to grab the bottle which is lying to your left. Feel the stretch, feel the twist on your back. You need not hold your body up, but this is more for your spinal mobility. So the twist is what matters. And from here, you come back up slowly, and we will do the twist on the other side as well. Bend over and twist as much as you can. We are working on the spinal twist. And we come back up. We'll do that twist once again to the other side. And we come back up. Repeat it to the other side. And we come back up. Now this much we are done. Let's do some warm up as well. Not warm up, let's warm our body up with some Surya Namaskara. We start with about couple of moves, couple of repeats, which are going to be slow with controlled breath. Post that, we'll speed up our Surya Namaskara to increase the repeats to help with more active mobilization of all the joints and the muscles. So let's start with that. Palm in front of your hand. Remember, at all times keep your shoulders retracted. Never should the shoulders hunch forward. And we go up, go back, we go down, hands on both sides of your feet, your right foot back, your left foot back, go to downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, go to upward facing dog, go to downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, and you're bring back and hands in front of your chest. Breathe in and breathe out, hands next to your legs. Breathe in, left leg back. Breathe out, right leg back. Breathe in, downward facing dog. Breathe out, upward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe in. What was I doing? I missed a step in between. Sorry about that. Okay. Breathe in, downward facing dog. Breathe out, knees to the ground, chest to the ground. And go to breathe out, upward facing dog. Breathe in, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Breathe in, back bend, and breathe out, hands in front of your chest. Breathe in, back bend, breathe out, hands next to your feet. Breathe in, right leg back, and breathe out, left leg back. Go to downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left leg forward. Breathe out, right leg forward. Breathe in, bend back. Breathe out, hands forward. Breathe in, bend back. Breathe out, hands next to your feet. Breathe in, left leg back. Breathe out, right leg back. Go to downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. And bend back. Hands in front of your chest. Hands back. Hands next to your feet. Right leg back. Left leg back. Downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward, right leg forward. And bend back. And hands to your chest. Bend back. Hands next to your feet. Left leg back. Right leg back. Downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. And bend up, upward facing dog. Go to downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. And bend back. Hands to your chest. Bend back. Hands next to your feet. Right leg back. Left leg back. Downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. And bend back. Hands to your chest. Bend back. Hands next to your feet. Left leg back. Right leg back. Downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. left leg forward, right leg forward, and back bend. We'll repeat a set again 5 more times. Go back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, and back bend, and hands to chest, back bend, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the chest, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, and hands to your chest. Bend back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, back bend, hands to your chest. Again, back bend, hands to the ground, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, and bend back, hands to your chest. 3 more times. Back bend, hands to the ground, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, bend back, hands to the chest, bend back, hands on the ground, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, hands to the chest, bend back, hands to the ground, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and right leg forward, left leg forward, and bend back, hands to the chest, bend back, hands to the ground, left leg forward, left leg back, right leg back, go to downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, and bend back, bend back, hands to the ground, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, bend back, hands to your chest, hands to your chest, hands to the ground, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees and chest to the ground, and upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, and hands back and hands to the chest. The last set we'll do a bit slow and with controlled breathing. Breathe in and hands back, bend back as much as you can, and breathe out, hands next to your feet. Breathe in, right leg back, look forward, look up, feel the stretch on your thighs, and from here the left leg back, go to your downward facing dog. So try and touch your heels to the ground, feel the stretch on your calf, press your chest down towards the ground to increase the stretch on your calves. From here, slowly get your knees down to the ground, chest to the ground. Go to your upward facing dog. Stretch yourself backwards as much as you can. Push yourself backwards as much as you can. Feel the stretch on your chest. From here, we go back to downward facing dog. Again, feel the stretch on your calves. Try and push one single leg, the heel down towards the ground if you can, and alternate for the other leg while folding the other leg, while folding the knee for the other leg, so that you are able to press more stress on the leg which you are trying to touch the ground, the heels you are trying to touch the ground. And do it again. And from here we bring the right leg forward and we bring the left leg forward and go back for the back stretch, for the chest stretch. Bring your palms next to your chest and we do it for the other side once again. Hands back, feel your chest stretch. Hands down to the ground, next to your feet. Try and feel your hamstring and calf stretches and your back spine opening up. From here, take your left feet back. Press your hips down towards the ground. Try to feel the stretch on your thighs, on your left leg, and get your right leg back. Go into downward facing dog once again. Stretch out your calves. This is a great stretch for your soleus and your calves, so push for it. From here, knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Go to upward facing dog. Feel the stretch on your chest once again. Your lower back compression because of the twist. And we go back to downward facing dog. Feel the stretch. Rock both the knees towards the ground if you can. Try and push the knees towards the try and push the heels towards the ground if you can. Press, feel your calf stretch. From here, bring your left leg forward, left foot forward. Push your hips down towards the ground. Feel the stretch on your thighs, on your right leg. Bring your right leg forward. Get your knees as straight as you can. Feel the stretch near your knees and the back side for your hamstring and the calves. And we bend back. And hands to your chest. Thank you guys for that. From here, we do about 5 times back rolls, and after that, Mumtaz will take us through Shavasana for the day. So, get onto the ground. Okay, drink some water if you can. Hold your shin. From here, roll back and up. And up. Roll back and up. Roll back and up. 2 more times. Roll back and up. And last time, back and up. We will do one more asana before we go into Shavasana. So from here, put your legs up, your hands next to your hips. Slowly push your legs back as much as you can. Try and touch the ground if that's the best you can do, but do not push it beyond a limit that you can't control the movement. Yes, you will need to push a little, fight your fear that it might damage you something, but it won't do much issues to you. Slowly try going back as much as you can. The intent is to try and touch your toes to the ground behind you. Once you're able to touch the toes to the ground, keep your palm on your back. From here, try to come back slowly, and from here we'll go up, the legs pointed up. This is a great move, great asana after you're running, after you're cycling, immediately after that, because this helps clear out the lactate much easily. It helps in downward flow of your used up blood, the dirty blood, helps get it to the to your lungs, to your chest, to your heart, for faster circulation, for quicker circulation. You will not feel the lactate as much if you're doing this right after you run or cycling. This is also part of one of the special recovery techniques called RICE, rest, ice, compression and elevation. So you elevate your legs up to help with faster recovery, and fold your legs in and Slowly let go, let your back rest, and legs feet on the ground. And whenever Mumtaz you are ready, you can take us through the Shavasana. I will pause, I will mute myself in the meanwhile. Thank you, Mumtaz. That was a great session indeed. And yep, with that, we'll wrap up for the day. Not hypnotized, luckily. I'm still in my own sweet world, happily living. Alright. So you go and enjoy your Himalayas like you made us imagine the Everest. I hope you enjoy climbing your Everest next week. And we will meet again on Monday. Yeah. या जहाँ पे भी जा रही हो हिमालयस जा रही हो ना हिमालयस बोलते एवरेस्ट ही चढ़ रही हो चलो ओके देन एवरीवन हैव a great weekend. Bye bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.